Why is Apple surging when China is in trouble? Apple is up 5 this week. 1.6 today. Some say it's because it announced the date it will reveal the new iPhone. But didn't the market already expect this to happen? Why is it surging now? Especially given that most experts don't think China's stimulus is going to dig itself out of the real estate bubble hole. While we're not in a recession, consumer spending is slowing. Apple has been relatively quiet in all the AI discussions. Some analysts think they are falling behind. I'm no hater. I hold Apple and I'm wondering if I should sell some covered calls to take advantage of this hype. Because it's Apple. Apple is a defensive and growth stock with a solid moat and hundreds of millions of loyal customers. It will take an outright ban from China for it to really take a hit. A lot of stock buyback. People like the stock for stability and dividends. They still have a huge service and subscription moat. They have a consistent product pipeline. Solid management team. What did you expect? For the company to crater? The market is being driven by interest rates and expectations of future rates. That's it. Think of AAPL as essentially the Nasdaq index. Apple produces in China but sells everywhere. They will produce their phones even cheaper now. Manufacturing prices have plummeted in China. Lol, people have been predicting the collapse of China as frequently as economists have been predicting the next recession. It's Apple, and in a week's time is their new iPhone announcement. One more thing. For AI, Apple don't jump on the bandwagon. They'll only announce sometimes when the product is mature and great experiences. Never bet against Apple or they gonna come and drill another hole in your ass. It's the Messi effect. Honestly, I have stopped bothering to ask why some stocks go up or down. It is borderline gambling these days. Why do you concern yourself with China's stimulus? iPhone is selling like hotcakes in China. Record-breaking sales every quarter. Recession. Stimulus. None of that matters if they move those iPhones like this. Because the average person in China still want iPhones and Apple products. I'm Chinese myself and I have family relatives that would eat instant noodles for 2 months to save up for a new iPhone or a new purse. You have people that earn less than 10,000 yuan a month literally giving money to their favorite celebrities on stream just because. Consumer spending may be slowing down as a whole, but it most likely won't affect Apple as much as you think it does will. Unless China bans Apple altogether or literally starts a war, then it won't affect Apple much. At that point everything will crater. I bought some few weeks ago at 179.80 and then a little more at 174.50. If you think Apple is not a good buy because of slowing iPhone sales, you're not tuned into the big picture. The pivot is clear to the eventual transition to the Vision Pro and Emo. I think it's the new thing that will propel Apple. The market is nothing more than Adderall-fueled speculation. FOMO. And buy the dip LMAO Diamond Hans Moon Rocket Lambo. Thanks to social media, dumbass memes, and easy access to buying stock for morons is growing a bubble of huge proportions. Xiaomi posted better than expected earnings results and said that the smartphone market drought is over. Best Buy did the same. Apple has a date for iPhone 15 launch. Apple is an American company. Interest yields have dropped this week due to employment numbers. The pattern recently has been dumping on results, and then stair-stepping up in between. Why? Great question. AAPL is quite overvalued at present, saying as someone who is multi-decade holder. Buybacks and the effects of index concentration is my guess. But it's really hard to know beyond more buyers than sellers. India market will replace China, more people there. New features on plugs. It is about time they have something sharing with standard connector. Nothing to do MFG or economy. Applied to all sectors yesterday before a pullback. Because for every one iPhone 13 or 14 user you see there are 8-9 iPhone 10, 11 and 12 users still waiting to upgrade. News today about them experimenting with 3D printing to greatly reduce manufacturing costs. My best guess. But also, it's Apple as someone stated. I bought even more shares. The 15 redesign is gonna be huge. I'm an Android fan, and with USB-C 2 things gonna happen. Android PPL get a chance for a more seamless transition. And PPL with older phones just gonna upgrade. USB-C is that tempting. Big upgrade cycle, big money. Simple. When times are good, AAPL goes up. When times are uncertain, AAPL also goes up because people seeking a relatively safe haven to park their money. Have you ever tried to get off iPhone? I came back crying like 3 times. Now I've just given up hope and pray that my new phone makes it 2 years before they slow it down and brick it. Quitting smoking was easier. Apple products gatekeep dating. Many factors drive price movements, and macroeconomics is just one of them. Specifically for China, big institutions have in-house economists, and these kinds of things are already baked into their valuations. If they're not selling, then it's because they don't predict it to be a big enough drag to warrant selling. This is why Buffett is a value investor. He could foresee this. We can't. We lack vision. Apple is underweight among money managers compared to its peers. Makes sense when the tech rallied so much lately. Because Apple is an American company and America is doing well? India. New iPhones are going to be USB-C, and all of the Lightning people are going to be forced to upgrade when nobody has Lightning cables anymore. China has already been in trouble since the beginning of the year. You can say for the last 2 years they were shut down because of the government, and now their economy is trash. Stock market is going up due to potential inflation peaking and possible interest rates going down. Any additional China news won't see headwinds going forward. Lots of businesses and reducing investment from that country too. The only proof you have of China failing is Western media news people. The actual realistic chance of China failing is pretty much non-existent, and if they did fail, their economy is big enough that it would cause a Great Depression. It's not unusual for there to be a run-up to the fall announcement conference, basically buying the rumors of this product and that product, then there will be a sell-off after the show unless there is a big surprise. Also, China is nowhere near as bad as the American media portrays. It could get bad if they continue to contract, which is likely due to the stranglehold Xi has put on business innovation and society as a whole, but things are yet to really get bad. Just a lot of articles trumpeting that it is. I mean, their economy is still projected to grow near 3 this year. Apple will say AI a couple times during the next live Apple event, which will make investors come inside their pants. Having an iPhone is a necessity and not a nice to have anymore. China is always a factor, but India is the next big market. Because fuck China. Here you will get a lot of because it's Apple duh. Tim Apple duh. Best company ever duh. Stock people are really infatuated with this overpriced fruit. You go take a look at the more general subs related to technology, and people are less impressed by their latest release and their ever marginally improvements in performance or adopting of features others had for 5 years already. The answer is the markets are a casino totally detached from reality. A cat died.